Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to day 2, a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today's episode is powered by my sponsor Elgato Gaming and all of the products that I use every single day to make my content. We're talking the green screen, key lights, multi-mount, cam link, Stream Deck, HD60S Plus, and the new Wave 3 microphone as well. I'm using it all. And yeah, if you guys are aspiring content creators, check down below in the description to a link to my Elgato profile page where you can find out more. So, getting on into the episode then. This team is kind of untested because I haven't tried Tevez, haven't tried Salvio, and it's just a little bit unfortunate that what transpires in today's episode happens, because it's probably going to eventually lead to me getting rid of those two Argentine players. So we start things off with a new Summer Heat fan vote, and I make a mistake here, right? I didn't even realize this at the time. I just chose the highest rated player, which is what I guess everyone's going to do. But Zielinski could actually be a really good card. He plays for Napoli. We already have Mertens. We have Allen. I think I missed a trick there, and I think that maybe a lot of people are going to do the same thing. Whether or not that Christian Eriksen will be great when I guess he comes out, probably tonight by the time you're watching this, is another thing. So I'm going to start by doing the Bobby Firmino SBC. I've been so excited for this to come out. I think in general the price is fair. I think he is not as good as a lot of us had hoped, and that's why it's getting quite a lot of backlash. But you know what? This is still a really good player. Now we are finally going to say goodbye to Bernardo Silva in this SBC. Thank you for being a servant to the club this year. What an enjoyable player he was. He's just not quite up to scratch anymore compared to what is out there. And also one of my Mendy's goes, and so does Jamie Vardy. So I then backed out. I went back into the web app, recovered the other Mendy and the other Ndidi, as you can see. So no need to worry. No need to mention that to me anymore. I've claimed both of those players back. And we are going to get rid of those guys, as well as 90 Luis Alberto and 96 rated Immobile, who was just fodder that I was waiting for the right SBC to come around. And for me, this Bobby Firmino is kind of the right SBC. And then in the final one, we are going to get rid of recently acquired Areola, 87 Mendy. Of course, we've got the 89 now. This 88 Sancho, which is never going to do much for me. And the 80... Is it 88 or 89? 89 Gil Diaz. Now, the only possible things that I can see wrong with this are that I've got rid of the 87 Mendy. That now means that I can't go ahead and do the 93 because I think there's still challenges that I needed to do with the 87. So you could stop telling me to get the 93 now. I don't want to grind for that. I'm happy with the 89. And then that Brazilian, the Portuguese, Gil Diaz. He is a Portuguese player, which probably could have been quite helpful for me in the Bruno Fernandes grind. But hey, we'll buy another player or something and use them instead. So welcome to the club, 93 rated Bobby Firmino. I did this literally like straight away. So he didn't even have his dynamic image yet. I didn't have to really spend any money. Maybe I bought like 1 or 2 players and that was about it. Because we basically had all the fodder we needed in the club. Like I said to you yesterday, I've been saving up. I saved my fodder from the last week or so of worth of rewards. And you do acquire it pretty quickly now, I'd say, on the game. By doing that and not doing the party bag SBC and stuff, we just save it for a player that we wanted. And I really wanted this Bobby Firmino. He is like the perfect chemistry player between all of my untradeable Liverpool players in my squad and the Brazilian players that I use as well. So even if he's not great and we don't necessarily use him for much more than the first half going forwards, if we don't like him, then essentially he's going to be that good player to get the chemistry for our squad, or help get the chemistry for our squad. And then with that means that we can bring on other players later on in the game and stuff. So, but I still have pretty high hopes for him, to be honest. I still think he looks pretty good. He's a 5-star Bobby. I think he's going to be great. I also think that maybe one of the reasons people weren't so happy was because his defending is as low as it is. It's only like 70 something or 70. It might actually be 70. And I think people wanted to maybe use him as like a 5-star box-to-box centre mid. so they should have like boosted him off the Scream rather than off of one of the other cards, and he would have been like a member of Club 80 and nearly Club 90. That's what people hoped for, but I think maybe if that was to happen, he would have been double the price, and well, I don't know, people might have been willing to pay that. I know that I had like a 400k price tag in the back of my head, which I was like, if it's any more than that, I don't think I'll do him. And I think he's coming at about 350 to 375 or something like that. It might be a little bit more. I'm not sure what fodder's at right now. But he was pretty much on the top level of what I would be willing to pay with my fodder, and on like the bottom level of what I will have been willing to accept in terms of stats. So we kind of got a little bit of a bum deal, but still, I think he's still going to be great. Right, so we move on to marquee matchups, which, if you didn't know, this week does offer out a 50k pack as the final reward. So what that has done is make the requirements for marquee matchups a little higher than normal, and by that I mean if you've got the players in your club, you're probably fine, but if you are going out to buy them, there are certain players that are very expensive because you need certain ratings on your squad and you need certain players to use, and people are very much tempted to go for it when there's a 50k pack on offer. So yeah, untradables as far as you can go, and you'll be doing yourself the best possible service for this SBC. And then, like, when it comes to it, it's the difficult part is like this. I think it's the Chelsea and the Man City players, because you need two of them. It can be from either club, but like, you just got to hope that you got one in your club already, or got two in your club already. I luckily had Giroud and Otamendi, and you need quite a high rating for that team anyway. But I think my Otamendi might have been tradable, and with that, I probably could have sold him for like 9k. So yeah, like that's that's what I put in order to make sure I got a 50k pack out of it. And because of course, if you like haven't if you've not got to buy them, then it doesn't really cost you anything. It's sort of in your head if you look about it the right way, or the wrong way, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's plenty of packs up on offer, so if you can grind this one out through the week, then I definitely recommend it. I always think marquee matchups is a pretty good deal. It's one of those SBCs that has remained tradable at least, which I'm happy about at least. And I mean, some of the packs we get here actually get fairly unlucky with my marquee matchups this week. You'll notice that even through like most of these packs here, nothing's popping up as boards or anything, even though there's some half decent packs. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I still think that if we were to try and sell all of the players from this, we would have still been quids up, we would have still made a little bit of money. So yeah, and then like, there's like a Liverpool player here, I get a Chelsea player there, someone that's like an 83 that will sell here. So I think we still do okay. A little Minamino in there as well, so we're doubling up on Liverpool players there. And we get boards from our final one, which is the 50k pack. That is kind of unfortunate. A 50k pack, you would hope to see like a headliner or something cool with so many special cards being in packs, but we actually end up getting an Otamendi. So at least, even though we used one, we got one back and we can sell him on. And there's an Nacho Fernandez UCL there, which is like 6k. So, yeah, I mean, Tamori was like 4k. I think I get 8.8 for Otamendi in the end. So, there's some decent money there, And then if you haven't done the Summer Heat voting at Day SBC, it very, very cheap. 79 rated squad. Try and use your untradables. 45 chem. You can pretty much throw anything in there. For a draft token, which is worth 15k. And a premium gold players pack, which is 25k. That's really, really good value, that SBC. Insane value. Those voting day ones, I have to give a little round of applause to EA. They've been exceptional, I have to say. They've been very cheap for a lot back in return. So draft token, I don't know when I'd use this, but, we can potentially do it at some point. I just find that people don't really care about the draft gameplay on my series, especially. So it just hurts the videos in general and hurts my algorithm and stuff. But maybe if I might just do it off camera and see what rewards we get, and it gives us a couple of packs for the series, doesn't it? So this has never really been about draft, this series, and I've never really got stuck into draft. It always just seems like something. I think you can make really good money on it, but you have to be able to get to the semi-finals and the finals, and I found that from like the 3 drafts I've played this year, I won it once, and then the other 2 times didn't really get too far, so it's just a bit unfortunate. So that's what I had planned to record for this episode, and then I realized it's like not even 10 minutes worth of content, and we know that these videos are always like 15 to 20 minutes for you guys to enjoy every day. So I figured what I would do is head on into FUT Champs for my first 3 games, and instead of playing Bobby from the start, I wanted to make sure that I at least tried out Tevez and Salvio. I wanted to try those 2 players out, and I was going to give them the first 3 games and then hope that their prices had started to rise a little bit, seeing as we're into the weekend league now, and I might be able to cut my losses a little bit when I do sell them, because yeah, ideally I think I do want to bring Bobby into the starting 11, especially because he's such a cool card design, nice card. I really want to use him. So this first game right here, I think I end up going 1-0 up from this attack. Neymar sort of, yeah, he scoops his way around a defender. How that one doesn't get AI blocked, I don't know. Like, some days it does, some days it doesn't. A very weird start to that one. And then he crosses it in with Toni Kroos. And Vinicius Jr. beats Joe Gomez to a header there. And I'm kind of blown away by that. And he sort of runs around and nearly celebrates after I'd skip my replay, right, in my first goal. And I give a penalty away. So he's got the chance to turn this game around. And would you believe it, when he does score, we get full replay, full celebration, full everything. No, not good with that. I'm going to remember that. If I score again, you're getting the same treatment. And that's pretty much how I run it. Like, normally the best celebration you can do, LBRB. But if you do play someone that decides to give it the big one after they go into the lead, then, well, I think the only thing to do is return the favour. Carlitos knocks it into Sadio Mane. What a lovely timed run that was. And just good space on the ball there for Tevez. So we've equalised. I did give him the full treatment. You guys don't need to watch the entire celebration stuff, but I did give him the replay and all of that. Yeah, great stuff. And then Salvio running down the wing, gets it out wide to Neymar. Oh, sorry, into the middle to Neymar, and he smashes it in the back of the net, and we are back in the lead, baby. And then Firmino's on. I brought him on for Tevez. A little scoop turn, and then he gets an assist in his very first game, knocking it back to Marcelo. And then this guy sort of really gave up after that. I think, yeah, he was a little bit triggered. So GG's, bro, but we end up winning 5-2 against 10 men in the end. I think he got his Ferland Mendy sent off. But good start to the weekend league, at least scoring 5 goals. Or I think we technically put 4 into the back of the net, but he stuck 1 in as an own goal. And then I come up against this, and I think that's pretty unfortunate. Tots Mbappe and Tots Neymar and all of those other crazy players. That Willian came straight off. I can't remember who for. It was like, I think it was Tots Vardy or something. He had Ronaldo on the bench as well, so I don't know why he didn't bring him on. Maybe it was a loan or something. Yeah, this game was kind of tough. Like, I think we were very evenly matched. He hit me a couple of times with his Tots players. Like, Tots Mbappe and Tots Neymar kind of carried this guy a little bit. And the fact that he was playing very good possession football. Maybe he was a better player than me. Let's say that, shall we? I just felt like when we score a couple of goals here, we really hit him on the counter nicely and attacked well and scored nice goals. That was good play from the 2 Argentines there, and Salvio comes away with the finish. And then this was a nice goal as well. Mane, Berber spinning inside, knocking it to Neymar, into Tevez, back to Mane, and then in off the bar. That was a really nicely worked goal. And that just like, boom, boom, hit him with 2 straight goals and we're in the lead. But as soon as I could do that, it was pretty much the same thing again. Like, good run off the ball there from Neymar. Defender just didn't decide to catch up to him or even follow his run. And then Mbappe's going to be making a run in the background here. And that's a lovely ball from Werner and a good goal. So, yeah, it was those two 98 rateds. It was Mbappe and Neymar that really just sort of did it for my opponent there. A very even game apart from possession. But I got a 3-2 loss in that one. And we can live with that. You know, we're 1-1, but so be it. You know, we can move on. This was just Friday early gameplay, so I was expecting to come up against big teams. So I was pretty surprised to come up against this. But he had Fnatic Finley and a Roma badge. So I was like wondering maybe or not. I think Roma and Fnatic are like a esport thing in the FIFA world. So I wondered if maybe I was just going to be up against a sick player that was just doing a challenge or something. And this guy was actually pretty good. I'll give it to him. I don't know why his team was the way it was. Like, I would assume that you could do way better than that at this stage. Even, yeah, just like playing a couple of days, you could get nearly a full special team. But I end up going a couple of goals up. Carlos Tevez scores twice. The first one was a really nice goal, and then the second one was like a rebound off the post, so I gave him a little, like, I'm sorry, and quickly skipped my celebration. But Kessie, who he decided, I think, to play as either a cam or a striker. I mean, he's kind of got the stats to do everything, so I guess you could play him there. Knocks it across to Insigne. That one was always going to be a goal. And then, well, I knock it in from Marcelo into Neymar. We're able to score that one. We just get past the defence and knock it across the goalie. And we're going to stick one more into the back of the net here. It is Salvio to knock it, or no, it isn't. It's Eder Militao to knock it into Tevez. And I just turned the defenders nicely with Tevez's agility and stuff. We get a goal with him. That's his hat-trick. That's 4-1. And that's going to be 2-1 in the weekend league so far. So at least we managed to get another victory, and we're not coming out like negative or anything so far. But yeah, I'll say GG to that guy. Like, it looks like I completely dominated, and that, I guess I just out-teamed him, but he was actually a pretty solid player, making some smart runs and smart moves and stuff. So we'll give it to him as a decent FIFA player. So it's going to wrap things up for the episode, boys. We've given Tevez and we've given Salvio a shot. I think they're both very good. I just want to try and maybe make my team more focused around this new Bobby that I've got. So expect them to probably be offloaded if their prices go up a little bit. They drop like a rock, so I was losing loads of coins, but I think I start to see their prices fizzle a little bit up, which is good considering I can then cash out without making like horrendous losses. We're talking like 10 to 20k on each of those players rather than 50 to 60k on each of those players. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. I am looking for 2,500 likes. I didn't ask you to earlier, so if you don't mind smashing that support on the series, that'd be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I thank you for that. And of course, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below, everyone. Have a lovely day. Stay safe and healthy. Take it easy, you lot, and I will catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.